All right, in this session, we're taking Napoleon Hill's classic philosophy and forging it into an actionable playbook. This is designed from the ground up for ambitious executives who are ready to make a serious move. Let's get right into it.
Everything, and I mean everything we're about to talk about, hinges on this single idea. This isn't just a nice quote, it's an operating manual for reality. Take a guy like Edwin Barnes. He had this all-consuming desire to be Thomas Edison's business partner. He had no money, zero connections, nothing but this powerful thought. So what did he do? He hopped a freight train, showed up at Edison's lab, and he eventually became Edison's partner and a very, very wealthy man. His thought literally became a thing.
Okay, so how does this actually work? It's simpler than you might think. Just picture your brain as a super powerful magnet. Now, the thoughts you hold on to day in and day out, your dominating thoughts, they set its polarity. If you are relentlessly, obsessively focused on one specific goal, your mind literally starts pulling in the people, the opportunities, and the exact circumstances you need to make it happen. It's a law of nature.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll lay out the core blueprint for any achievement. Then, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of programming your mindset. After that, we build your external action plan, talk about taking out those career killers, then harnessing peak energy, and finally, we're going to wrap it all up into a simple daily ritual you can start tomorrow.
All right, let's dive into section 1. This is the absolute starting point of everything. We're talking about desire. And let's be crystal clear, this isn't some vague wish or a hope. Nope, we're talking about a sharp, pulsating desire that grows into a full-blown, consuming obsession.
There's this incredible story about an ancient commander who landed his army on enemy shores totally outnumbered. The first thing he did, he gave the order to burn the ships. As his men watched their only way home go up in flames, they realized they had two options: win or die. That's the mindset. You have to be willing to eliminate every possible source of retreat. Winning has to become your only option.
Okay, so you've got this burning desire. Awesome. That's the what. But now we need the how. This section is all about programming that desire deep into your subconscious mind, because your subconscious is the engine that actually drives your actions. Think of it like we're installing a brand new operating system, one that's coded for success.
This is your programming loop, and it has to be precise, no wiggle room. Step 1, not a lot of money, an exact number. Step 2, there's no free lunch, so decide exactly what value you'll provide in return. 3, a firm deadline. 4, create a plan, and you start on it now, whether you feel ready or not. 5, write it all down, make it clear and concise. And 6, this is the most critical part. Read that statement out loud, every morning and every night. See it, feel it, and believe with every fiber of your being that you already have it.
So what's the magic behind that 6th step? It's a principle called autosuggestion. The best way to think about it is as a delivery vehicle. It's how you send instructions directly to your subconscious. When you read your statement over and over again, filled with real emotion, you're bypassing your conscious, skeptical mind. You're planting those seeds of success directly into the fertile soil of your subconscious, and that's where all real action begins.
And this is absolutely crucial to understand. Your mind will not stay empty. If you don't deliberately and systematically cultivate a money consciousness using these techniques, a poverty consciousness will just take over by default. It's the path of least resistance. One has to be intentionally built day after day. The other just walks right in the moment your mind is idle.
Okay, we've installed the internal software. Now it's time to build the external hardware. This section is all about creating the real-world structures and, just as importantly, the alliances that will execute your plan and turn those magnetized thoughts into cold, hard results. Look, nobody, and I mean nobody, makes it to the top alone. It just doesn't happen. The Mastermind principle is about building a strategic alliance. The best way to think of it is like you're assembling a personal board of directors for your career. When you get 2 or more minds working together in total harmony, it's like a third invisible mind is created. It's this synergistic force that just skyrockets progress for everyone involved. But hold on, you can't just grab your buddies for this. Your board members have to be vetted, and vetted carefully. This isn't about finding people you like, it's about finding allies who embody these specific traits. You're looking for people with real courage, who can make a decision and stick to it, who take 100% responsibility. Use this checklist like a filter. You have to ally with winners who will elevate the group's energy, not drain it.
So you've got the desire, the plan, the team. What could possibly go wrong? Well, even the best plans can completely fall apart. And the biggest reason why isn't some competitor out there. No, the threat is internal. This section is about taking out the three enemies that kill ambition from the inside: indecision, doubt, and fear.
So let me just ask you this. What's the real saboteur here? Where does all this internal sabotage come from? You know, indecision is just a symptom. Doubt is just a symptom. They're both symptoms of the same root cause: fear.
And if you dig deep enough, almost every single human worry falls into one of these 6 basic categories. The fear of criticism? That one is huge. It stops more people from taking big swings than almost anything else. The fear of poverty keeps people chained to jobs they hate instead of reaching for what they're worth. These fears are the very root of indecision, and you have to manage them actively.
So how do you fight back? The strategy is actually incredibly simple, and it's based on the one thing, the only thing you have absolute sovereign control over: your own thoughts. The most effective way to conquer fear is to keep your mind so jam-packed with your definite purpose, so intensely focused on executing your plan, that there is literally no room left for fear to get a foothold.
All right, now we're getting into the advanced stuff. This is about harnessing the powerful, intangible forces that can create an almost unfair advantage in the marketplace. These are the real X factors, the things that separate the truly elite performers from, well, everyone else.
I mean, just look at this comparison. It's night and day. The difference between a winner and a quitter isn't talent or luck, it's persistence. A winner just knows that their biggest breakthrough is often hiding just one step beyond what feels like total, crushing defeat. The quitter, on the other hand, gets to that point of temporary defeat and immediately starts making up excuses. Your persistence is a direct measure of how badly you want it. Weak desire, weak results. Simple as that.
Now, for a really powerful idea. First, we need to quickly define this word transmute. It simply means to change energy from one form into another. You know, like the old alchemists who tried to turn lead into gold? Well, this principle is a form of personal alchemy. The source material identifies sexual desire as the single most powerful form of human energy. It's this primal, creative, driving force. The strategy here isn't to suppress that energy. Absolutely not. It's to harness it and transmute it. To consciously redirect that immense power away from only physical expression and channel it into your work. Use it to fuel your creativity, to supercharge your willpower, and to stoke the flames of your burning desire. When you learn to do this, it can elevate you to a state of near genius. Okay, let's bring this all home. We've covered the philosophy, the mindset, the strategy, the alliances, and the advanced energy principles. This final section pulls it all together into one concrete, actionable daily blueprint that you can put into practice starting right now. This is it. This is your daily playbook. Every single day, no exceptions. Reconnect with that burning desire. Read your signed statement out loud with emotion, morning and night. Actively go out and get the specialized knowledge you need to deliver on your promise. Engage with your mastermind group. And above all, persist. When a plan fails, and it will, you don't quit the goal. You just find a new plan. But you never, ever quit. Because you know, at the end of the day, this is what it all boils down to. The world doesn't care about your excuses for failure, or your good intentions, or how hard you tried. Alibis don't pay the mortgage. The only question that anyone will ever ask is, did you do it? Did you achieve what you set out to do?
And so, this is where we'll leave it. Just imagine your life as a game of checkers, and the player sitting across from you is time. It's a relentless opponent. It makes a move every single second, and it will not wait around for you to make up your mind. Indecision is the same as forfeiting the game. So, with everything we've just covered, the only real question left is, what is your next move?